here with yet another mid-month spoiler for you. If you've been around Club Scrap for a while, you know that we do release a kit at the beginning of each month that is sent to our subscribers, but every now and then has sort of become every month, around the middle of the month, we do what we call a special release. And oh, I see some of you popping in here. It's awesome to see you checking in. Thank you. I hope you can all hear me okay. The last time I went live with a spoiler, it was from my kitchen counter because we were hoping to improve our internet speeds here at the warehouse. And you can see I'm back at the warehouse at Club Scrap. And our internet equipment has all been upgraded. Our speed has been upgraded. Patty says the sound is good. I figured out what I was doing wrong with my microphone. So I had a case on my phone with the little receiver for the microphone plugged into my phone jack. And the case was preventing it from connecting all the way. So it was an improper connection causing all the static. I mean, I think bit by bit, we are really getting the hang of this. And we have been around for 26 years. So, you would think by now we would have this all figured out. But technology is something that's always changing and we're always working to improve that here. So very soon I hope to have my camera situation upgraded. We are just working hard to bring you the very best live shows possible. Thank you all for checking in. If this is your first time here, be sure to let us know. Right, Patty, the dumbest things cause us trouble. But definitely check in, tell us where you're watching from, maybe if it's your first time here, and we'll give you an extra special greeting. If you happen to have any pressing questions about what we're sharing with you today, be sure to reach out to us directly. We have an online chat. We've got a real person, Julie, who will answer the phones if you call. Karen is normally here, but she is on a well-deserved vacation far, far away, and she'd better not be watching this live right now because she is on vacation. And speaking of, I just got back from a long weekend spending time with my daughter, Emily, who lives now in San Diego. And for those of you who have been around for like our 26 years, you remember her when she was just a little 4-year-old girl, and now she is just a really successful interior architect in San Diego. So it was really exciting to actually visit some of her projects that she's been designing and spend some really quality time with her, just the two of us. It was wonderful. So in fact, I think the kit I'm gonna share with you right now will be absolutely perfect to commemorate my trip to California and that time spent with my daughter. And it is a little bit more girly. I'm just gonna say that right out of the gates, and I hope that doesn't chase any of you away because we have lots of ideas for this wonderful collection. So the theme that I'm gonna be sharing with you today is called Tiny Blossoms. It's very, very sweet. Just darling. You're going to love it. I'll show you everything that comes in a box. And yes, Jenny, don't we have a wonderful staff at Club Scrap? I completely agree with you. We really have the best people here. So without further ado, I'm going to swap out my view and show you the first look at this fun new collection. Isn't it sweet? Okay, I'm gonna maybe zoom in just a hair. There we go. Okay, I can see we've got Kim watching for the very first time. Oh, and I need to tighten up my tripod here. Bear with me. Again, it's always tech, right? Okay, I think I got it kind of stabilized there. Okay, I have a little monitor. I can kind of see what's happening with my phone, which is grabbing the shot. So here is the first look at those fun prints. Aren't they darling? I love the colors in this collection. We do have that aqua and seafoam and pink going on, but Jacqueline also incorporated this lovely kind of a peachy orange tone into the kit, even though it's not represented in the papers. I think it's a lovely addition. Isn't it pretty? And with these special releases, you can purchase these papers open stock by the sheet while they last. So we have this larger floral print and then a really sweet all over smaller print. Just so adorable, right? Okay, and then matching with that, here are the papers that you'll get. These are 12 by 12, 80-pound cardstock or cover weight minimum here. We have 3 in the light pink, and then 3 we're calling this seafoam, and this one has a lovely, like a linen-like texture going on with it. And then the next one is 3 of this beautiful darker pink. Then we have 1 sheet of this really soft white that has a felt finish, and then 2, you gotta listen to it, right? The paper always has sound, right? 2 of this deeper aqua color. This is a 110-pound cover weight. And then, as always, we help you finish up your pages with our amazing cut-aparts. And I love how Jacqueline designs these. They really help you, wind up your pages. Again, when I'm just working without a club scrap kit, which is frankly quite rare, I am frustrated because finishing my pages takes up the most time with like trying to dig out something I can use as an embellishment or a journaling prompt or a little title. And we've got you covered here with these awesome cut-aparts. And Jacqueline's always been lately infusing just a few elements that are fussy cut, not too many, just enough. And I like how the shapes kind of add to the dimension and layers of your pages. Really nice, eye-catching, beautiful cut-aparts for this set of pages. Now, we have the ribbon department. Basically, that's Craig. And we have some gorgeous selections as always. He found this neat checked. This is that bright or that deeper pink color in a checked ribbon. You'll get a yard of that. And then a full yard of a double-faced aqua satin. Now, we always get the double-faced satin because there's nothing worse than tying a bow with your satin and discovering that the wrong side of the ribbon is facing up. So you never really have to worry about that with our pretty ribbons, okay? And yes, he does an awesome job finding those ribbons, doesn't he, Lisa? And then we have this silky seafoam green color, and it's in my favorite little silk. It's not satin, and if you feel it at home, you will know the difference between the satin and the silk that we have here. Other goodies, we found these darling little, I don't know, maybe it's a corduroy fabric, flowers. Aren't they cute? And then they're like kind of felty on the back. The color on the back is what I really wanted them to be, but they came in a little bit more subdued. But nonetheless, they are absolutely darling. And then we've got two of these cute little coordinating envelope sleeves here. And then to finish it off, we included a package of this confetti sequins. And I'll tell you about these. They tend to hold static. So I have a little tip I want to share with you right now. I had these little containers on hand. I just upcycled one. And to get rid of the static, before I poured them out of the bag into my little container to work with, I took a dryer sheet and I just kind of rubbed it inside the container, poured them into the container, and that worked perfectly. Now, it's been kind of trendy to take a sequin and just put one here and one there and one there. So clearly you have more than enough to embellish your pages with that sort of sporadic little sequin here and there thing. And I'll show you what I mean on those finished pages. Well, let me gather up the actual kit. And what I'm most proud of that we do here for you with every collection from Club Scrap is that we don't just send it to you and expect you to figure out what to do with it. We help with that by way of our instructions. And this time is no exception. So you'll see the Tiny Blossoms title here on the header, so you know you have the right instructions. And you can download these right from the resources tab at the Club Scrap website. From there, you can follow the QR code or click on the link of the digital copy of this to get to the video so that it won't even be necessary for you to read the instructions. I always joke about that. I'm not a big reader of instructions, to be honest. I write them, but I don't love reading them. So if you're not a fan like me, you can just follow along with that video and I'll take you through the process, okay? Now here are those layouts I'll help you create if you follow along with the instructions. Do more sequins or flat gems. All right, Anne, I saw that request. We'll work on it for you. Thank you for the suggestion. So this is layouts 1 and 2. And I want to give you another tip with these sequins. Now, one way to do it that will be very frustrating is to put the glue on the back of the sequin and then try to place it where you want it. Well, my suggestion is to take the needle tip glue applicator, apply a spot of glue right onto the paper. Then bring the sequin to the paper. I usually use a little tweezers that I keep on hand for things like that. And you can see what a sweet way that is to embellish even just a journaling prompt. Here we've got the ribbon in play. I used some foam adhesive circles to pop up the two little art elements there. And again, do you see how sweet the fussy cut element is here? And Jacqueline's doing a nice job of putting a little glow line around the cut apart that shows you where to cut, so that you're not having to get right up against the artwork of the image. I like this look a little bit better, okay? So that's why that's there. You can always go right up to the artwork if you want, but I encourage you just to follow that cute little cut line she provides. Here again, I did something a little different here where I split the print right across the gutter. This is the gutter of a page, right across. And then I did cut a little bit off of it as well, like the top. I cut a little off the top here. And I just kind of spread it through the middle and had all my action going on the outer edges. So I love how that turned out. I even split the little 12-inch border strips. You're feeling a minimum of 2 kits. Okay, I love that, Patty. Again, bringing the needle tip applicator of glue to the cut apart, then bring the sequin to the glue. You know how I always do that too on the strips like this. So in this situation, I added the little portion of the print, then ran my nozzle of my glue along the edge of the print and added this tiny little strip of dark pink. That saves a lot of time and frustration rather than trying to put glue on a 1/4-inch piece of paper, okay? I call those my paper ribbons. Here again, look at how sweet it is. Just 1, 2, 3. 3 little dollops of glue, 3 little sequins, and it's just a nice finishing touch on this page. You're getting wowed by the bright pink. I love it, Rebecca. I love it too. It's just, and this combination of colors I think is really sweet. And the quotes as well, like picture perfect, just a tiny little element there. There's that splash of orange with the fussy cut element, which I really like over here. Flowers are love's truest language. This would be so beautiful for a shower, a bridal, or a baby, maybe a wedding. Of course, we have innumerable projects that you can take the kit and turn it into projects. Oh, and then I had just enough ribbon left over of that silk. I made like a figure 8 with the ribbon and then put the cute little flower on top of the figure 8, sort of like adding a little leaf element to this. I did it for 2 of them, and the third one I just kept plain. And then you've got your little pockets, up to you if you want to add anything in there and adapt your page protector with a slit so you can get it out, or just leave it as a cute little embellishment. Now, I know a lot of you always ask me, will there be a card kit? And the answer this month is not really, but yes. So Karen, before she left on her well-deserved vacation, she took some past formulas that I have released and took her hand at turning the kit into not only cards, but also some gift boxes and some shaker cards, because of course we already have the shaker confetti included in your kit. So she followed our shaker card formula, and she's going to share all about this on the blog. So just watch for the blog to be released. And if you're not subscribed to receive our notifications for blogs, that is a separate email list, because we don't want to inundate you with unwanted emails. So the blog notifications is a separate subscription, and I really apologize to Julie and Kristen and everybody if I'm confusing things, but I just want to make sure if you're not getting the heads up when we release a new blog, you're going to want to do that, because it's going to be jam-packed full of the tips and how-tos for completing these sweet little cards, okay? I think she used some sentiment strips here, some of the cut-aparts, elements from the prints. She even had added some extra felt flowers to this from a past kit for a really sweet finishing touch on those. And all of these cards and boxes, one is for 5x7 cards and one is for A2s, all of these were finished with past formulas. And Karen's going to tell you what formula she used. Oh my gosh, isn't that sweet? Boom, boom, boom. Oh, I love it. And it fits perfectly. Adapted the strips right from the cut-aparts. And then you'll need the A7 envelopes for these cards. It's all fully decorated in and out. And then here, oh, we have some fun formulas going on. This might be an A6 box. It looks a little bigger than an A2. Yes. Oh, a split flap formula. If it brings you even a little bit of joy, do that. Definitely do that. All adapted from the sheet of cut-aparts. So grab yourself an extra sheet of cut-aparts sets. You'll get both sheets. Oh, even the pocket, oh my goodness. Karen, I love these. So those of you who love to make cards, we've got you covered. We don't have a special card cut apart sheet for you, but you can see how beautifully all of this adapted. I want to give you one other reminder of a potential. You're not going to see that in the in this collection, but we did just release this travel memory book. And here you can see it executed with the the Freeway kit, which is being released this month. And then it opens as a trifold. You've got tons of little interactive elements here. You've got your vertical waterfall here along the right edge. I can just see this in the tiny blossoms, can't you? And then that opens to all these fun little interactive elements inside. That would be so super cute in this kit. So I just want to remind you that this is available as a components set. So the components include the instruction document, the video workshop, and the boards and some of the other things needed, the hook and loop dots and all that good stuff. So I have one other thing I want to tell you about that, but I'm going to switch you back over to me. Hi again. Okay, yes, Julie, I can see you're getting people to update their preferences so they get the blog notifications and don't miss anything happening here at Club Scrap. But I did have a customer come in who already has made her travel memory book, and I wanted to let you know that at 28 minutes and 36 seconds, I said 4 3/4 to score, but it was supposed to be 5 3/4. The instructions are correct, so just make a note. If you purchase this project, I will make a note in the YouTube description. I can't take the video down, fix it, and re-upload it. So I'll have to just put a note in there, and I just wanted to make you all aware while you're watching. If you wanted to turn this kit into this darling little travel memory book, I misspoke. And I said to score at 4 3/4 instead of 5 3/4. It's not a huge deal because it's a score line, not a cut line. That happens, you know, from Humanville. What can I say? So again, I will leave a message about that in the YouTube description so you don't have to make note of it, but it is at 28 minutes and 36 seconds if you are watching the video. Because I just told you didn't have to read the instructions. I'm here to read them to you. All right, my friends, I will keep this quick and get you out of here and back to work if you're supposed to be working or whatever it is that you need to be doing. Again, if you need any extra assistance with making this kit happen for you, just reach out to us directly. A lot of you know how to place orders that you want shipped with your kit. So if you want it right away, you can have it sent ASAP. We do have flat rate shipping. Or if you're a member of Club Scrap, you'll not only save $8 on this kit, but we can also include it in your next box. And that's going to be going out at the beginning of, I can't believe I'm even saying this out loud, at the beginning of September. So again, we will put all the links in the description of the video. When it comes back up with the live, I'll get that taken care of. And I just want to thank all of you so much for joining me today. And I look forward to seeing you again very soon, hopefully with my new cameras. All right, I'm going to see if I can log off successfully, and I'll see you next time.